Hey guys, welcome back to Home Built, and how good does John Lemon look with his new wheels and white walls? I am loving it. In any case, today it's time to start working a bit more on the interior because that's pretty shabby at the moment. So while the outside of this car is now looking really nice, it's really come together nicely. The inside leaves a lot to be desired, and as you can see, it's got these scabby old seat covers. The carpets are actually in not too bad a condition, they just need a good clean. But we have no door trims, the carpets aren't against these walls down the bottom here. There's a bit to do, so let's start getting into it. Alright, so these are my old door trims that were in the car, so they're a bit rough and ready and quite ugly, and I went out and I ordered myself a bunch of nice new door trims. It was easier to order some that have got all the patterns in and all the rest of it than it was to make it. They're so cheap that it wasn't worth my time to cut a piece out and cover it, even though, as you saw on my 911, it's not a difficult process to make door trims if you really want to. Use the old one as a template, draw around it, cut new one out, you're done. In this case, I wanted nice, simple, black new door trims, and it has all the holes on the back already to cut out to fit the door handle and the armrest and all that sort of stuff. So now I need to go through and transfer the bits from this door trim, including like the this bracket here is actually what latches onto the door and helps you close the door. If you forget that bit and you just try and bolt your armrest on, you're going to be pulling from the armrest and you just pop the armrest off. I've also got to transfer over this hole that I put in for my speakers. So this new door trim doesn't have that, and I mentioned to you guys a while ago that I'm going to be doing sort of a stealth speaker install, and I will start transferring this stuff over and then I'll walk you through exactly how I'm going to do that. Alright, so you can see I've taken my old door trim and I've laid it over the top of my new door trim. Now, basically what I'm trying to do here is to try and make my speaker install disappear. So you can't actually see any speakers in the car, because I don't want these new looking grills and stuff. I want to keep the classic style look of the car, and the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to try and mount the speaker in behind the door trim. But if I mount it behind, obviously then the sound is going to be completely muffled. It's not going to come out. So what I'm going to actually try and do is I'm going to put some nice neat holes through the face of the door trim, through the vinyl, and then cut the masonite backing off of the back of it so that the speaker is free, and it's just the cloth in front. So I just went and bought a set of these punches. They're quite cheap. And basically they're just like sort of sharp circles. So I'm going to draw out a pattern on this door trim now, and then just punch out a bunch of holes. So then when it's in the car, all you'll see is a bunch of holes in the door trim if you look closely, but the speaker will be hidden completely behind it. So that's the plan in any case. So let's start marking this out and see if I can get it to work. There you have it. There's my grills for my speakers. They're just a panel in the door, and then of course the the speaker will actually sit just straight behind it, be mounted to the door, and this will just clip over the top, and it'll be a nice stealth install, and hopefully it works well. So now it's time to refeed the speaker wires back through from the front of the car and connect it all up and see how she works. Okay, so the door trims are looking good, but the next step I'm going to do, just to make sure this car is legal, because I have been driving it around without front indicators. So let's get some indicators in it so I'm not driving around like that. Alright, next thing is I'm going to start tackling these seats, and I actually ordered a whole bunch of brand new seat covers, just new recreations. It's not worth my time to try and sew them up like I did with the 911 because they're so cheap and readily available. It's just so much easier to just put a nice replacement seat cover on the seat. I've never done it, so I have no idea exactly how to do it. I'm just going to wing it, and we'll see how it goes. Can't be that hard, can it? All right, that was pretty straightforward. Basically, it just slips over. It's got a drawstring to pull it tight, and I just reuse the little clips, staples, whatever you want to call it, that link around the bars. I just sort of reclamp them on, and yeah, that should do the job. So let's keep going. We've got the back to do and the two front seats, so let's see what we can get done today. All right, I should have done it before I put it all together, but I've just gone through and just given a quick extra coat of black to all this metalwork, just so it looks a little bit prettier than it did. The next ones I'll make sure I do it while everything's off, but these skins are going on really easy. They're pretty simple. There's a lot of the factory hooks that are still there, so I'm just sort of clipping them on and they look good. So I've still got the driver's seat to go and the rear part of the rear seat. So let's try and get this done before Mrs. Jeff gets home. right, the interior is actually looking quite nice now. It's going to need a little bit of time, probably a bit of time in the sun to sort of stretch into the right places. It's still a little bit wrinkly around the place, but overall I'm pretty happy. The last thing to do is actually, I've got these little pieces of carpet that go down in these areas down here on either side in the front that I took off before I painted, so it's time to glue them back on. I'm going to use my trusty construction adhesive again. I've used it a couple of times for interior sort of trim bits, and it seems to be the best thing I can get hold of that actually sticks. So bit of construction adhesive and probably a bit of 100 mile an hour tape for the time being, just to hold it in place until it sets, and we'll be good. Okay, so this needs a good clean, but overall the interior is now all nice new black vinyl. It's got rid of those terrible seat covers. This, is sitting a bit loose. It needs to just a little bit more time in the sun, etc., a bit of use, and it will come in nicely. But it all suits the black steering wheel. The carpet's all in. Little few tweaks, but we're getting there. Alright guys, that is all the time I have today. Unfortunately, there won't be fun facts with Mrs. Jeff today. Mrs. Jeff is pretty under the weather. She's not feeling too great, so she's having to lie down. But as far as the John Lemon's going, I am loving it. It's really starting to look nice. I've driven it around a little bit now, and I just love the look of it with the white walls on it. It's just set off the whole thing. Still some more bits and pieces to go. There's a bit more tidying up. I still am having that warm start issue that I was having a while ago. I'm pretty sure it's due to the fuel pressure still being that little bit too high, being around 4 psi. It needs to be 2.5 to 3. But I've got a fuel pressure regulator, so I've got to put that into it. There's some paint correction. I've still got a bunch of runs and stuff I've got to fix. Chrome trim to go on, bit of polishing, bit of final tidy up, just bits and pieces that need to be done. It's not finished, but it's getting really close. In any case, it's definitely finished for today. So, all right, guys, as always, like and subscribe and all that junk. You know, come and get these really cool John Lemon t-shirts in the store below. Yeah, for sneak peeks on all this sort of stuff, follow me on Instagram. That's a good place to see some of these pictures early up. All right, guys, until next time.